breaking the wall of ocean's pollution legacy. Carme, Pacín, Salvador. Falling Walls Lab, Santiago de Compostela.
I grew up by the seaside, with the sound of the waves as part of everyday life. But so was the sight of the plastic on the shore, the oily sheen on the water, the smell of something not quite right. So even as a kid, I could tell the environment around me was getting worse. Every headline seemed to tell the same story: pollution, acidification, extinction, in short, destruction. So I started studying coastal pollution. I was ready to keep reporting bad news about the environment. And yes, I knew there were environmental policies regulating fossil fuel compounds, international agreements and conventions, environmental law, and protected areas. But I kept wondering, are they really working? So let's imagine the current situation as a kind of balance. On one side, we have growing population and the emergence of technological waste. But on the other, we have stricter and stricter rules. So we need to know the score. But to do so, we need to know what's happening today by looking to the past. And how do you do that? You need a time machine. And we found one, the brown algae. So these amazing organisms have been quietly recording what's happening to the sea year after year, much like human hair records traces of drugs. In my home region, in Galicia, northwestern Spain, we have an environmental bank of samples of brown algae from more than 170 sampling sites from 1989 to 2021. So we can know what's going on. We were, again, ready to report this bad news about the environment, but the data told us a different story. Metal pollution wasn't rising. It was falling dramatically. Mercury, cadmium, chromium, their levels had dropped over the decades. And they match perfectly with the implementation of environmental law, such as the global ban of leaded gasoline. So after all the bad news, we finally have something good, something to be happy about. So is it time to celebrate? Is the job done? Not quite, because now a new challenge is emerging. Climate change and ocean acidification are changing the rules. So even lower concentrations of pollutants can have more toxic effects on organisms. This is why we still need all eyes on pollution. And for that, we'll keep listening to our silent witnesses, the brown algae, storytellers of how our oceans are changing. Thank you very much.